Imagine the darkest darkness, the quietest silence, and a place where nothing ever changes. This is the fate of our universe on a timescale not imaginable by humans. But how do we get there? People often ponder the future, wonder what it has in store for us. And while we cannot tell you what everyone's future is, through science, we have discovered what is the likely end of our universe in trillions of eons. So today, I'll be sharing how that happens. But first, we must understand the three laws of thermodynamics. As covered in what are the three laws by thermodynamics, energy cannot be lost or destroyed. It either increases the temperature or something, or performs work. 2. Energy isn't 100% efficient. Entropy of the universe always increases. Now, entropy is an important thing. Essentially, everything tries to get to the same temperature. All right? Take this for example. I can put ice in here. I can put a coffee in here. And even though this is well designed to keep things in here at the temperature, eventually even this will be room temperature, no matter what you put in there, and no matter how well designed this is. That is entropy. And that takes us to the third law. As infantry climbs closer and closer to the absolute zero, it's impossible to achieve, though. But that is what it is trying to reach, nonetheless. Now, we also need to go over the cycle of life of a star. All stars start in a nebula, swirling hot gas, like the Horsehead Nebula, where many stars are born. They're star nurseries, so to speak. There's different kinds of stars. There's red dwarfs and main sequence and supergiants. Our star is a K-sequence star, and we're in about the middle of our life. We've gone through about 5 billion years and another 5 billion to go. When our Earth starts to die, in another billion or so years, it'll have run out of hydrogen to fuse, and thus it will do helium. But to do so, it must increase its mass and swell to a red giant, enabling the first 4 planets, including Earth. Eventually, it won't be able to sustain this anymore, and the outer layers of it will simply almost wash off, blow off, leaving nothing but a hot core of iron. And it'll glow with heat, and it'll be about as bright as the full moon on a clear night. Other stars will collapse into black holes or super black holes. Now, the red dwarfs will be the last stars living up to trillions of years, since they're small and they're cool. But even when they are red dwarfs, they will eventually cool into what we call black dwarfs. And it takes so long to create a black dwarf. It is thought that there's no black dwarfs in the universe. Cold, dark chunks of irons, the hearts of stars dead. Now, the universe is constantly expanding because of dark energy, and it's always accelerating. You know, if I throw this up, it comes back down. Imagine if I threw this up and it didn't come back down, but kept accelerating, going faster and faster and faster. That's what dark energy does. We don't know what it is. We can't explain it. And scientists absolutely want to discover this. Because without it, there's a lot of questions we can't answer in astrophysics and science for that matter. Now, how do we get to the end of the universe? As the universe expands, all matter gets further and further away from each other. And there'll be less and less as it's lost the heat and entropy. Nebula stop forming. No more stars will be born. Matter is converted into radiation if the proton has a half-life. We don't know. It's never been observed, but it is thought. The entropy will spread evenly, Everything will essentially become the same temperature as stars continue to wink out and die. Black holes will evaporate due to Hawking radiation, which is a whole nother subject. Photons and light particles will be the last things in the universe, and they too will eventually decay. But this isn't something we have to worry about. The time that life is viable as we know it in the universe is point, and then there's 81 zeros, and then a 1%. And we're alive during this time. Isn't that amazing? We are made out of the things from stars, all of the elements in us. And we're alive during this time of life and vibrancy. It truly is a wonderful thing. So don't let the end of the universe stop you. Realize how precious the time we have, that is now, is. Thank you.